Okay, so today's class we are looking at area of shaded regions. So when we're solving for the area of shaded regions, you basically are going to calculate the area of the entire figure first. This is usually the best way to solve these problems is figure out the area of the entire figure first, and then subtract the area of the figure that is unshaded, and you will have your answer of just the shaded part. So we'll look at our first example here. We have this polygon. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided polygon. And then within it, we have a circle. And the shaded part is all of these parts here that are shaded. So we just need to figure out that shaded part. So what we have to do is figure out the area of this whole figure, and then we are going to subtract out the circle. And then we're left with just the shaded part of this figure. All right, so let's get started. So I'm just gonna move it over so I can do the work on this page here. So basically we had a 6-sided polygon. So we had a hexagon. So what we're going to do is figure out the area of that hexagon first. So area, and usually you can put a little subscript like this so you know what shape you're working with, just so when you are showing all your work, it's easy to follow and it's easy for you to go back and look at your work as well. So area of the hexagon, and our formula for that is 0.5 ANS. All right, so recall from our formulas that the A here, the A represents altitude or height, N represents number of sides, and then S represents the measurement of that side. All right, so using everything we know from this figure, I'm just going to bring the figure back just so you can take a look at it. So again, it's 6-sided. The altitude is 7 centimeters right here, and the side length is 8 centimeters. And the number of sides, we already know it's a hexagon, so it's got six sides. All right, so our altitude was 7, number of sides is 6, and the side length was 8. All right, so 0.5 A N S, and it's all being multiplied. All right, there's no other operation in between here. So it's 0.5 times A times N times S. So you just got to put that into your calculator. And you should end up with 168 centimeters squared. All right, so again, units are very important. It's a squared because we are looking at area, so don't forget to put that in there for your units. Next is that circle region. All right, so area of the circle, like so. All right, so our area of a circle, our formula is pi r squared. So let's go back to our figure and just take a look at what our radius here would be. So looking at this figure again, the radius is from here to the center. So our radius is 7 centimeters. And that's all you need to know for a circle. You need to know the radius to be able to figure out the area, because pi, we already know pi is 3.14. So pi times 7 squared. All right, and just recall that 7 squared, that means 7 times 7. It's not 7 times 2. It's 7 times 7 times the 3.14. Common mistake that students make with the exponents. Okay, so once you multiply that out, you will get 153.86 centimeters squared. All right, so we have our area of our hexagon, we have the area of the circle, and now we need to figure out just the area of the shaded part. All right, so next area is shaded. We are going to take our area of the hexagon, and we're going to subtract out the circle. So we just take 168, subtract 153.86. And our answer is 14.14 centimeters squared. Okay, so in this example, in our figure, we have a circle, a larger circle, and we have a smaller circle, and we just need to figure out the area of the shaded part. So let's do area of large circle. So area is pi r squared, and our radius is given as 6 meters. All right, so it's pi and 6 squared. So again, 6 times 6 times pi, and that gives me 113.04 meters squared. All right, so that's the large circle. Next is the small circle, area of the small circle, and we have a radius given here. It is 4 meters, so it's pi r squared, pi times 4 squared, and we get 50.24 meters squared. And now we just have to subtract out this smaller circle so that we have the area of just the shaded part. All right, so total or area of shaded, area of shaded, we're going to subtract. So 113.04 minus 50.24, and that gives me 62.8 meters squared.